Why don't many people fight or yell when they're being sexually assaulted? Why are their memories so often fragmentary and confusing? The answers to those questions are really important because for far too long, far too many survivors of sexual assault have been misunderstood, doubted, and even blamed for what happened to them. Not only by investigators and prosecutors, but by people who know and love them. And people who've been sexually assaulted often doubt and blame themselves because they don't understand why they couldn't effectively defend themselves and why their memories are incomplete and jumbled. This brief video is the first in a series that provides answers to those questions and more. These videos on sexual assault and the brain will give you a solid foundation for understanding and supporting survivors of sexual assault. That solid foundation is based on the experiences of those who've been sexually assaulted and attacked in other ways, including military combat, and decades of scientific research, especially on the brain. Everywhere around the world, in every culture, the most common responses of people during sexual assaults are basically the same. Why? Because evolution sculpted them into our brains, long before we were sophisticated enough to create cultures, long before we began to misunderstand sexual assault survivors with culture-based expectations of how they should respond during assaults and remember them later. In this series, we draw on neurobiology and other research to explain why people seldom fight, yell, or escape during sexual assaults, and why their memories are often fragmentary and confusing. If we understand the basics of how stress and trauma impact the brain, then those common responses and memories will make sense, and we will be able to understand sexual assault survivors and support their pursuits of healing and justice.